In every family, there's always that one person who seems to have it all, right? In my family, that person was my older sister Clara. She was the star of the show. Straight A's, captain of the volleyball team, and a smile that could charm anyone. Teachers loved her, our parents adored her, and all the popular kids wanted to be her friend. And me? I was just Lily, her younger sister, living in the shadow of her blinding light. Don't get me wrong, I loved Clara, but sometimes it was hard. It was like she was born with a golden spoon and I got the plastic one you get with takeout. Our parents would hang her awards on the wall, one after another, until there was barely any space left. My drawings? They got a polite, "Oh, that's nice, honey," before being tucked away in a drawer. At family gatherings, it was always, "Clara, tell us about your latest win." Or, "Clara, you're going to go so far." I just sat there, nodding and smiling, feeling invisible. A green monster started growing inside me. A quiet, sneaky jealousy that wrapped itself around my heart. It whispered nasty things in my ear. "You'll never be as good as her. No one even notices you when she's around." It got worse when Jake moved in next door. Jake was, well, he was amazing. Funny, kind, with eyes that crinkled when he smiled. And for the first time ever, someone seemed to see me. We'd talk for hours over the fence, sharing secrets and laughing until our sighs hurt. I was starting to think maybe, just maybe he liked me. And then, it happened. The annual town fair. Clara, of course, was volunteering at the main booth, looking effortlessly perfect. Jake and I had planned to go together, just the two of us. My heart was doing somersaults all day. I spent an hour picking out the perfect outfit. But when Jake came to the door, his eyes weren't looking at me. They were looking past me towards the stairs. "Is Clara ready?" he asked, a hopeful look on his face. My heart didn't just sink. It plummeted. It turned out he'd just been being friendly with me to get closer to her. He thought I could put in a good word for him. He wanted to ask her to the fair. That was the moment the green monster inside me roared. It was no longer a whisper. It was a scream. All that pent-up frustration and jealousy exploded. I looked at Jake, my face a mask of hurt, and I said the worst thing I could think of. "Clara, oh, she's not interested in guys like you. She said you were clingy." The lie fell out of my mouth before I could stop it. It was ugly and venomous, and for a split second, it felt good. I saw the hurt flash in Jake's eyes before he mumbled an apology and left. I had won, but it was a hollow, disgusting victory. Later that evening, Clara came into my room. She wasn't smiling. "Lily, did you say something to Jake?" she asked, her voice quiet. She'd seen him at the fair, and he completely ignored her, looking sad and confused. The guilt hit me like a tidal wave. I tried to deny it, but my face gave me away. I finally broke down, tears streaming down my face. I told her everything. How I felt invisible, how I was so tired of being second best, how I just wanted someone to see me for me, not as Clara's little sister. I expected her to be furious, to yell at me for being so mean and petty. But she didn't. She just sat on my bed and pulled me into a hug. And for the first time, she told me about her own struggles. She told me how much pressure she felt to be perfect all the time. How she was terrified of disappointing our parents. How she sometimes wished she could just be Lily, who could draw and dream without the weight of everyone's expectations on her shoulders. She said, "Lily, I'm jealous of you. You're free. You're so creative and you see the world in a way I never could. Your art is beautiful." I was stunned. Clara jealous of me? It had never ever crossed my mind. We talked for hours that night, really talked, for the first time in years. We weren't the star and the shadow anymore. We were just two sisters, sharing our insecurities and fears. The green monster of jealousy inside me started to shrink, replaced by a warmth I hadn't felt in a long time, understanding. The next day, I found Jake. It was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do. I apologized. I told him the whole ugly truth about what I said and why I said it. He was quiet for a long time, and I thought for sure he'd never speak to me again. But then he nodded slowly. Thanks for telling me, Lily. That took guts. Our friendship didn't magically snap back into place, but it was a start. A real honest start. Things didn't change overnight. Our parents still bragged about Clara, and I still sometimes felt that twinge of invisibility. But something fundamental had shifted. I started focusing on my own path. I joined the school's art club. I started my own online portfolio to showcase my drawings. I realized that Clara's light didn't have to cast a shadow on me. Her light could be a beacon, showing me the way, but my path was my own to walk. My relationship with Clara became my greatest treasure. We became each other's biggest cheerleaders. She'd come to my art shows, and I'd be the loudest one screaming for her at her volleyball games. We learned that celebrating each other's successes didn't diminish our own. In fact, it made our own victories feel even sweeter. Jealousy is a lonely, dark place. It tricks you into thinking you have to tear someone else down to build yourself up. But true strength, true happiness, comes from building each other up. It comes from realizing that there's enough light for everyone to shine. So if you ever feel that green monster creeping in, take a breath. Talk to someone. Remember that someone else's sparkle doesn't dim your own. Find what makes you unique and nurture it. Because your light is just as bright, just waiting for its moment to shine. Thanks for listening to my story today. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.